Welcome back. I'm Alex Kramer. It's now time to take a look at your latest business headlines. We're going to bring in President of Strellmark LLC, Hillary Fordwich. Hillary, good morning. So nice to see you. So Spirit Airlines is making some significant moves by planning to sell planes and cut jobs as part of a strategy to streamline operations and reduce costs. So Spirit facing challenges in the current market, including rising fuel prices and labor costs, which has prompted these really tough decisions. I mean, there's also reportedly in talks with Frontier Airlines about a potential merger. Hillary, of course, we know the potential merger between Spirit and JetBlue fell through earlier this year. It was blocked. Will these actions by Spirit affect customer perceptions?
Well, yes, when former President Trump keeps saying, fix it, fix it. One of the things that we need to fix is the lack of sort of business acumen in the administration, because, yes, their merger, they were in dire straits, and that's why they wanted to merge. They really needed to merge. You're right about that failure of the JetBlue merger, or at least it was shut down. A couple of things here. This is really sad. I'm wondering if all of these workers that are going to be cut are going to actually now vote for Trump because they realize things need to be fixed. But yes, it's job cuts where they're going to make the savings. They're also going to sell 23 aircraft. That's supposed to save them about $519 million. But all of their cost cutting, selling those planes and the workforce cut that you just mentioned is purported to save them about $80 million. So their stock has just surged, of course. But that's not good for these poor workers that are going to be without their jobs.
Yeah, and I like that you pointed out that the merger that they really wanted between themselves and JetBlue, it wasn't necessarily failed. It was completely shot down. It was completely blocked by a judge in the Justice Department. So they really, really needed that, as you mentioned.
And actually, with the justification for that was that it was, going to contract competition. There'd be less competition. Well, now there'll be even less competition if they go out of business. I mean, duh.
Exactly. Fantastic point. Let's stick with airlines for a second. So Delta is now taking legal action against cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike after that recent outage linked to CrowdStrike systems led to significant flight cancellations. Delta is asking for damages to cover over $500 million in losses, along with litigation costs and punitive damages. Hillary, CrowdStrike is saying that Delta is shifting blame to distract from their failure to modernize their infrastructure. What's your takeaway on all of this?
Just quickly, it's like saying, you used our product you shouldn't have done because we're out of date. Then why did you have your products there? This was their product. I think it's a very sad situation. I feel most sad for obviously all the passengers where everything was disrupted, but also the airline lost millions on this. And I think it's rather sad that you'd have CrowdStrike throw up their hands and say, well, you were using our products, but they were old. So
yeah, exactly. I think we all remember that outage that day. What an absolute disaster. Hillary Fordwich, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Fantastic insight, as always.
Pleasure, Alex. Absolutely.